Retirement is often portrayed as a time when expenses finally begin to fall. The mortgage may be paid off, commuting costs may disappear, and work-related expenses often become less important. But for many retirees, the reality is more complicated. The expenses don't disappear, they change. Some of the costs that mattered during your working years become less significant. At the same time, new expenses begin to appear, often gradually and sometimes unexpectedly. Many retirees discover that maintaining a comfortable lifestyle requires spending in areas they hadn't fully anticipated. Transportation is one example. Even if you're driving less, vehicles still require maintenance, insurance, fuel, repairs, and eventual replacement. Homeownership brings its own ongoing expenses. Roofs age, appliances fail, heating and cooling systems need attention. Property taxes and insurance premiums continue long after retirement begins. Even routine maintenance can become more expensive as certain household tasks become harder to do yourself. Something as simple as lawn care, snow removal, gutter cleaning, or home repairs may eventually require hiring outside help. Technology can create additional expenses as well. Many retirees rely on smartphones, internet service, security systems, medical alert devices, and digital tools that weren't part of their budget years ago. Some of these costs may seem small individually, but together they can have a meaningful impact on a fixed retirement income. The challenge is that many of these expenses arrive gradually. There is no single bill that announces their arrival. Instead, they quietly become part of everyday life. And because they often appear one at a time, it's easy to underestimate their long-term impact. Growing older doesn't automatically mean spending less. In many cases, it simply means spending differently. Understanding that reality is one of the first steps toward building a retirement plan that reflects the way life actually unfolds. In the next section, we'll look at one area where many retirees are surprised by the ongoing costs they continue to face: maintaining the place they call home. For many retirees, the family home represents far more than a financial asset. It's where memories were made, children were raised, milestones were celebrated, and for many people, remaining in that home for as long as possible is an important retirement goal. But homes have a way of reminding us that they require ongoing attention. Retirement may bring an end to a career. It does not bring an end to maintenance. Roofs age, water heaters eventually fail, heating and cooling systems wear out. Appliances that worked perfectly for years can suddenly require repair or replacement. Many of these expenses arrive without warning. And unlike monthly utility bills or insurance payments, they can appear as large one-time costs that disrupt a carefully planned budget. Even routine maintenance can become more complicated over time. Tasks that once seemed simple may gradually become more difficult. Cleaning gutters, trimming trees, painting a fence, carrying heavy tools, climbing ladders. These are responsibilities many homeowners handled themselves for decades. But as we grow older, some of those tasks may require professional help. That help comes with a cost. What once required only time and effort may now require hiring contractors, landscapers, handymen, or maintenance services. For retirees living on a fixed income, these expenses can be frustrating because they often feel unpredictable. The refrigerator doesn't care that you're retired, the roof doesn't know you're on a budget, and the driveway doesn't stop needing repairs simply because you've left the workforce. Yet maintaining a safe and comfortable home remains one of the most important investments many retirees make. The goal isn't to eliminate every expense. It's to recognize that these costs are part of the reality of home ownership. Planning for them in advance can help reduce stress and prevent small problems from becoming larger ones. Because retirement may change many things, but every house still needs attention. In the next section, we'll explore another reality many retirees eventually face. Some everyday tasks become more difficult than they once were, creating new challenges and new decisions about when to ask for help. One of the less discussed realities of growing older is that everyday tasks can gradually become more challenging. Not overnight, not all at once, but little by little. Activities that once seemed routine may begin to require more effort, more planning, or more time than they did in the past. Carrying heavy grocery bags, climbing a ladder to change a light bulb, moving furniture, shoveling snow, mowing the lawn. Even simple household chores can become more physically demanding as the years pass. Many retirees adapt to these changes without giving them much thought. They find new ways to accomplish familiar tasks. They pace themselves differently. They prioritize what matters most. And often, they continue living independently for many years. But adaptation sometimes comes with a cost. Tasks that were once handled personally may require hiring help. A landscaping service, a handyman, a cleaning service, a neighbor willing to assist with occasional projects. These expenses may seem small at first, yet over time they can become a regular part of maintaining a comfortable lifestyle. Transportation can present similar challenges. Many retirees continue driving safely and confidently for years, but some eventually find that certain situations become less comfortable than they once were. Driving at night, navigating heavy traffic, traveling long distances, or simply managing a busy schedule of appointments and errands. When that happens, alternatives often come with a price. Rideshare services, delivery services, community transportation programs, or assistance from family members and friends. None of these changes mean a person has lost their independence. In fact, choosing practical solutions can often help preserve independence for longer. One of the most important lessons of retirement is recognizing that asking for help is not a sign of weakness. It is often a sign of wisdom. The goal is not to do everything alone forever. The goal is to continue living safely, comfortably, and with dignity. Because maintaining independence is not about refusing assistance. It's about making thoughtful decisions that allow you to continue living life on your own terms. In our next section, we'll explore how planning ahead can help retirees prepare for these realities and create more options for the future. If there is one lesson that connects all of the hidden costs of growing older, it is this: preparation creates options. None of us can predict exactly what challenges the future may bring. A major home repair, changing transportation needs, unexpected household expenses, or simply the reality that some tasks may become more difficult over time. But we can prepare for the possibility that life will change. For many retirees, planning begins with awareness. Understanding that expenses evolve throughout retirement helps reduce the likelihood of being caught by surprise. Small adjustments made today can often prevent larger problems tomorrow. That might mean setting aside funds for home maintenance, reviewing household budgets regularly, exploring transportation alternatives before they become necessary, or simply having conversations with family members about future needs and expectations. Planning is not about expecting the worst. It is about recognizing reality and creating flexibility. The more options we have available, the more control we often retain over important decisions. Preparation can also reduce stress. When a major appliance fails, when home repairs become necessary, or when additional assistance is needed, Having a plan in place allows families to focus on solutions rather than reacting to a crisis. Perhaps most importantly, planning helps preserve independence. Many retirees value the ability to make their own choices, remain active in their communities, and continue living life on their own terms. Preparation supports those goals. It creates opportunities to adapt as circumstances change. Growing older does not mean giving up independence. It means understanding that independence often requires planning, flexibility, and a willingness to adjust when necessary. The hidden costs of growing older are real, but they do not have to become overwhelming. By preparing ahead, staying informed, and making thoughtful decisions, retirees can navigate these challenges with greater confidence and peace of mind. Because in retirement, preparation is more than a financial decision. It is an investment in future choices, future opportunities, and the ability to continue living life with dignity and independence,